sit down. Thank you. I will read first the prepared speech, just 2 pages. Then I might add some words regarding the issues of the day that confronts us day to day. I am pleased to celebrate this auspicious occasion with the brave men and women who keep our nation safe for every Filipino. Throughout our nation's history, the Department of National Defense has been an important contributor in the national development to the effective formulation and implementation of policies and the efficient management of resources to ensure our safety and protect our territorial integrity and sovereignty. On behalf of the grateful nation, I extend my sincerest thanks to you, the brave men and women of the D&D, for successfully carrying out the secret mandate to defend our country against external and internal threats and to ensure peace and security. Your indispensable participation in humanitarian and disaster response, peace and development, socio-economic growth, the nation building are likewise vital to our journey towards a lasting progress. The Filipino nation will always remember you in their hearts for pursuing this noble task that puts you at the forefront of combating elements that threaten our freedom and democratic way of life. I assure you of my administration's for implementation of the modernization program by working with Congress towards the enactment of legislative measures that will further enhance the department's capability. I am hopeful that this milestone will inspire you to work harder for an environment that will be the bedrock of safer and more prosperous society for the present and future generations. Be assured that the entire Filipino nation is behind you as we advance to the common good and pursue genuine reforms for our motherland. Congratulations on your anniversary. Huwag na muna yung salamat. Mabuhay kayong lahat. Just about, all in all, I add my words. I will have my narratives also to talk to you. It was not really a knee-jerk reaction or a fast solution to what is ailing the country today. I was interviewed by media. I think they are there. They're the same guys. And I hope they're listening now. I was asked this vital question of allowing vaping in this country. And I said, I really planned it earlier when I was asking Senator Bongo what will be the questions. I seldom meet the press face to face. And this concerns vaping. You know, everything that is used in this country, cosmetics and all, and more especially, most especially, substitutes for cigarette, and here comes the vaping. It's being used by the youth of this country with gusto, not realizing the dangers. And we can understand their youthful negligence. But when I heard that it was being used and sold everywhere, last night I ordered all law enforcement agencies and the military. They were supposed to help in this campaign to arrest anybody vaping or even smoking in public. I do not like to be rated as one that's pulling his chair. But in Davao, you would see that nobody, no man there walking along the highway or in the streets of Davao are smoking. They have to find a place. That nicotine is an addictive devil. And if you have to have a fix, well, you have to find some latrine there, but not in the madding crowd. And I immediately ordered last night to confiscate and arrest people vaping in public places. Meaning to say, the safest way to do it is in your house. But if you are not that stupid, when you do that, you contaminate all, including your children in the family. And that is why in public places, I told them to arrest. Because there is a law which says that you cannot distribute toxic materials in public places. Verily, cigarette. And add to that bears the Surgeon General Report of the United Nations. There used to be the requirement that cigarette smoking will cause cancer or will cause you death. And this has been validated by our own health people. And so I thought it was my duty to, there was no executive order yet. I was advised that there was a conference at 9 o'clock. I came to know it was 6. I just worked on my mind the things that I would have to say. Then the tariff and everything. But the most important thing there is that one culprit actually is the indolence of many. So it's not you. Or if you can improve on your work. It seems that things are moving very slow, and that is why it is still a source of corruption. The longer you sit on the paper for nothing at all, either you are not working, you are I don't know, but you don't belong in government. So even the cabinet members, they have 1 month to decide. I must have your decision of the papers before you. And I said last night, it has to be December 15. It's been so many months now. Papers that are on your table must be out with a decision. If it's for approval, good. If it is for denial, fine. But let it out. So that many contracts, even in the military, it has been there for 2 years. What's the... War cannot wait. War is something which is... it's a invention of mankind that can cause a spark, and then you have the problem. And so we have to have the. That's why I'm going to. Because I'm going to say how delayed. In the military, it's the gestation period. It's only about 1 or 2 months. When you decide to buy and there is money, then the technical working group should go to it and sit there until kingdom come, so that you will have the result and we can buy it easily. If you think that you are not up to the mandate of being hurried up, and then you go out and tell your commander to replace you. In this civil service, it's more... even the directors, I saw some contract there. I do not sign transaction. But on the syllabus, I was looking at the, only have about, of the 200, about 220. And it's because even in the matter of easement, expansion, and the owners are not willing to give the legal easement due the government. Every road, whatever is built on this planet, roads, there is always trains, there is always the easement in your map, technically, even if it is not mentioned, because that is owned by government. So if you are not ready to do that, I'm calling the NEDA, which is a laggard in the, so it's 2 months. I cannot wait for that. What are you doing in the office? So I said, give you 1 month. The director, if you sit on it any longer, then you're waiting for the guy to come to you again and you ask money. And I said that you do not have to do that. If you have an application, anybody of you here, any foreigner, and you want your papers filed with government, give it to me. And I will give it to the proper department with a corresponding order. Do that in 1 month, or else you go out of the office. Now, if you have to drive your workers to death working, kill them doing work, I cannot wait. I only have two years left. But I want to leave my presidency with a comfortable heart that you have been given. I'm referring now to the armed forces. Almost all that you ask from me, in the past and present, he gave it. All. And I'm going to talk again to, well, on the side, there's what you would call pull aside. It's not in the itinerary, but you are suddenly pulled because this president wants to talk to you. It happens. It happens twice, thrice along the way. It's not in the, they call it in the diplomatic, pull aside. And I have to talk about security also. So please hurry up. In the police, the three majors were working on the body camera, and they were arguing because of money, what else? Because of corruption. And so I said, fire them, dismiss them. If they do not want to be dismissed, just do not allow them to enter the camp. And just tell him you are no longer a policeman. Who said? He said, Duterte. I have not been investigated. Never mind the investigation. We'll come to that later. Just like the vaping. Is there an executive order? No. But I just say that I can do it in words, not necessarily. No, in such a danger to public health and public interest. And everybody has it, and they're doing it, vaping, and you saw on TV, and you can only imagine the damage of the respiratory system being punished by these chemicals. The problem with vaping is there is a nicotine. And maybe it would make it more legal, palatable. But I said, look, there are some ingredients you added to vaping, even in the matter of making some added chemicals to, like vanilla, like it's a sort of oil. There are chemicals not known to us, not yet examined. Stop it. And I told everybody, including the military and the police, confiscate them. Do not arrest them. But if they want to be arrested, fine. Because really smoking, you are holding a vaping, I don't know what animal to call the thing. No, no, you're smoking there's nicotine, and that makes it legal for you to be arrested. I do not want anybody in the Philippines vaping. The order, executive order, never mind, it will come. When you are here, you have to act urgent, it's an immediate thing, especially if it is to protect the lives of the people, the state under the police power, through the elected officials, can do it. And the legal papers will follow. But there are already papers posted before the nation. Smoking because it has marijuana. I'm referring to cigarette. The e-cigarette is making it worse. There are chemicals that are added to nicotine which we do not know. And I am not about ready to allow the young people of the Philippines to get sick and to die. That's what I've been telling you. Do not destroy my country. Do not flood the Philippines with shabu. And we cannot control every inch. And you know, Philippines is composed of 700,000 islands. Where will I find the police to? That is why I said, hold the importations. Not this, but just hold them. Do not allow it to come. And they said, what's the law? Never mind the law. The law will come. Tell them who I ordered it. And I am asking the judiciary. Any judge, I'm also asking myself to the Supreme Court. I'm here, I'm having a hard time controlling crime and, all sorts of toxic materials being imbibed by the young. And there are some importations now. And if they're not allowed, they go to the judges. Judges, I know that you can determine whether a vaping is good or not. But unfortunately, also your indolence does not inspire confidence. Takes you too long to decide, and so do not interfere in this. Judges, I warn you, do not issue restraining orders to the customs, to the Coast Guard. I will not obey your order because of the peculiar situation this country finds. You only issue orders, it's very cheap, and the judge will issue it and put a standstill, and in the meantime, the young resumes to because of the restraining order. So they are allowed to be brought outside establishment and stores. Well, maybe for other presidents, but me, the order will come. Do not worry. Just stop it. And the police, do your work. The armed forces, do your work. I will take full responsibility alone. Nobody else. Ako lang. I will accept you are protected because I'm ordering you illegal order, preventing injury to the Filipino children. That is what I meant when I say, do not destroy my country because I will kill you. I'm trying here, what I'm trying is to preserve this country. And the next generation just in the next corner, waiting. I do not want Filipinos destroyed by drugs. Shabu shrinks the brain of the person. there are now millions of people who are reduced to slavery, although it is no longer around by modern science and modern law. Slavery, Abato says 1,600,000 in Manila, all covered with the TV networks. But he never included Davao, Bukidnon, Bacolod, Cebu, Leyte, Bohol. Bohol before was a serene place. It was really rural along the way. So many people go there for vacation because there you find the tarsers, the smallest monkey in the world. But with the coming of tourists, marijuana, then cocaine. And in the book of entitled, forgot, but it's titled The Mastermind. There is about 3 pages there dedicated to the Philippines and how the Americans operated in this country with drugs before, cocaine and meth. And a recorded of the events that led to the murder of Karili. And also on the other side, we are buffeted by the other side. If you do not do something about it, it will destroy your country. Believe me. I am not trying to, but there are places in the world. You are talking to the policeman. Netflix, there's a bad teacher. You can see how they smoke. Very casual thing and nonchalance about the law. That is because their constitution, they say, allows it. And I would like to ask, Senator Go is here. The hearing yesterday in the Senate to defend the Bongka in Senate. Senator Go, can you stand up? Because you did not join us. And he said, do you mean to say that there are more rights for criminals than the victims? I will show you all the extrajudicial killing. It's about 4,000 officially plus. But we will show you the so many thousands of children killed, raped. And the latest was in Makati, a 1-year-old boy was violated through the anus. And he died. And those are forgotten by the human rights. They don't say, also I will also take care of the misery and to try to share the grief of the bereaved. That's why I do not like. And let me explain to this issue about the Vice President. I invited her to the ICAD for a joint management. She has the power because the office states that it was created lawfully and the power of, has the co-chair, civilian and the police. And she can give the direction, give orders to make the killings, especially if they brand it as extrajudicial, to take all the steps to do it, examine, then get the witnesses. Those are policies. But I cannot understand why the day after I ordered the police to give way to her being a co-chairman, she started to say, well, I'm going to, until now, I'm going to talk to the EU, I'm going to talk to the Human Rights Commission. As a matter of fact, I have invited the prosecutor of the Human Rights Commission. And then the human rights guy said, I'm packed and I'm ready to go there to arrest Duterte. It's an insult, actually. The greatest insult that I have received from these people is they refuse to understand that the case against De Lima is true. They took the line of the left that she is a political prisoner. On my oath as president, I'm telling you, it is true. She really did collect money. Why? She was not into business, but ambitions can blind you. That is why you need money to run for senator. You need millions to do that. She does not have any business. I am not aware that she owns a mall. Where do you get the money when you run? And that started everything. It always sometimes to go to greed, or if you aspire for things which you cannot afford and really want to get it. De Lima, before that, was secretary. She allowed to be filmed and she was having sexual intercourse with her driver, who was the collector. And that picture has been making the rounds. You saw it all. Can you really believe a woman like that? Allowing herself, she was then the justice secretary. And if you want, I will give the disc to you. Look at the way she slurped after doing it. And her doogie, favorite doogie, was walking around. And she does not deny it now. Maybe she will tell us that it's a fake. Well, we can submit it to any expert if you want. That was a part of a bad dream. And she's making crazy calls to everybody to write and prayer. And those stupid liberals around the world also joined. And Iceland sponsored a resolution to investigate us by the United States. We have our courts, we have a government. I said I take full responsibility. If that responsibility would bring me to the criminal bar, I'm willing to go to prison. But I would not tell you that it is not true. Yes, it is true. I said it. I said it before. Do not do it. Do not destroy my country because I will really kill you. If that is not enough for the human rights idiots to understand that, do not destroy my country. I have to preserve the Filipino. You do something crazy, then you get something from the president. And all others will never believe me. We have our own advocacies in life. If you do not like it, fine. You go out of this country and settle somewhere else. But at least there has been a 49% drop of criminal cases in the country today. The drug problem is just, but very low. Why? Well, you would understand from my declaration why. And why did I do it? Who would? Who would not? This is my country, my only country. We have a new generation who will take over. Then you distribute. I said there are 1.6 million according to Bato in Manila with the medical. Not counting Bohol, Cebu, Davao, Zamboanga. Every day in the newspaper, it is always drugs. Look at the 8888 in PTV. I publish all. I record all, even the military, about drug incidents. Look at the AAA. It means arrest. And if you can find 1 or 2 N, that is neutralization, and because they resisted arrest. And probably those guys are. Meth is destroying my country. It will destroy, I am sure, as the sun will rise in this, it will destroy a country so full of almost protecting. And you can see on TV the documentaries, they arrest them, then they imprison them, even the serial rapists who are crazy with drugs. And after 2 years, they're given the parole. That's the country for you. If you want it for your people, fine, but not for me. I do not want you. So, if you like it here, it's a little bit peaceful. There's no thing as a south side. You can, from the diplomatic corps, you've been to Washington. Can you really go out at night? In LA, is it really safe if you are in a downtown hotel to go out and see the place? If you are in Manila here, you can walk. I assure you can walk around, nobody will. If ever it's to be a bad day, and it has to be somebody connected with Cebu. There are no more kidnappings. Most of them are in. Well, they're remembered every November 1. It's their day of remembrance. All the kidnappers. I warned them who did not obey. Join the charade every November 1 because everybody is there. They eat beside your grave. They talk about your goodness, and they never mention what you did to your fellow men. Thank you.
Thank you very much, President Duterte, sir, for that message.